Okay, so if it at least makes you feel better, we were correct about Geno Smith not being the elevator that everybody thought he was going to be for the Raiders. He is off to a historically bad start for this team, and this might go down as one of the worst quarterback trades in the last 10 years that we have witnessed. This was supposed to be the Pete Carroll, Geno Smith combination. It was supposed to make this team competitive right now so that they could be in the conversation, and then they figure out the quarterback thing a little bit later. Wrong. 40-6 loss to the Colts. He has now had 3 multi-interception games as he had 2 thrown to Indianapolis Colts defenders. He has tossed 9 interceptions. 7 of those have resulted in scoring drives that have set up their opponents for 35 points this year, which is insane that they're handing away points that easily. His 9 interceptions are tied for the second most by a Raiders quarterback through the first 5 games with the franchise since 1970. This all comes off of the 2-year, $75 million extension that they gave him after trading for him, but they could end up eating $18 million in dead cap if they decided to get rid of him with a post-June 1st designation of cutting him. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we're now at this point where it's really clear that the Raiders just need to suck this year and to look ahead to the likes of Dante Moore and Lenora Sellers in the upcoming draft. I push for, before I let you hop in here, I'd be willing to bet that Dante Moore is a Raider by this time next year because Chip Kelly convinced Dante Moore to come play at UCLA. I don't know what their relationship's like, but I would argue that's going to make that real easy.
You'd probably be upset for that 1 year at UCLA. You screwed me, Chip. Why would you let me get on some good solid footing my first year? Hey, where's all the pay Geno people at? Where's all the, Geno deserves all this crazy money? Where's the Geno's top 10 people at? You're quiet now. You battered us over the head with your BS Geno Smith narratives all off season, trying to show that you're smarter. Just the pretentious fake quarterback knowledge that you put on display because Geno Smith had a couple clever tweets after wins last year with Seattle, and that made you think he was a top 10 guy. Geno Smith has always been Geno Smith, and these dummies, Joe, the dummies that think that they're breaking Geno Smith, a 30-plus-year-old Geno Smith for the world.
Wait. Has that been an argument by people that they're the ones like someone? There's some outside undefined source that's causing Geno to play bad?
They just jumped on the bandwagon and tried to start selling and repackaging Geno as this veteran dude that's going to get you 10 wins. He's not. He's not going to do that. Credit to Seattle, genuinely. Credit to the Seattle Seahawks for what they did to make Geno Smith look so good in Seattle. Because this is the real Geno at the Raiders, a stripped-down team that needs a leader, and he's throwing pick after pick after pick. The Seahawks are the ultimate winners of this quarterback
which we're gonna talk about them in a bit.
It's really impressive what they've done with Sam Darnold. They made the right decision moving on from Geno, and they pulled off a robbery heist. They completely owned the Raiders in this. And where do you go with Geno all year? Who are you going to say, all right, step on in. Go ahead, be the quarterback and take us anywhere. No, it's Geno for the next 12 games. Good luck. We could be seeing, do we see another 30-pick season? Is this where we're trending?
I don't think he's going to start in the end of the year. I feel like I'd be completely stunned if he was still starting at the end of the season. He's pacing, obviously, for that to end up happening. Here's one thing, though, that I feel has hurt the Raiders, and this is a bit of an odd take, but I think that it is an applicable one. There are these franchises in the NFL that are constantly trying to stay competitive. And I know that the goal is to never be bad. You should never tank. Tanking is not a real thing in the sport. It's not. But when we're trying this hard to remain relevant by putting duct tape on all their situations, you're going to just keep taking the same mediocre team and making it slightly better until it gets to the point where it's at right now when it's absolute garbage. So they needed to have not gone after Geno Smith this offseason. They shouldn't have. There were no draft picks that they really could have used on a quarterback where they were picking this year, and they made the right decision taking Ashton Genty, I think,
He's looking good.
But this is where I'm getting. Actually, I would argue keep Geno out there. Keep him out there. Start it. I'm not trying to be mean or negative or anything. He had a great couple of years with the Seahawks. He looked really nice as a starter the past couple of years. I'm not trying to clown on him. But if the Raiders have any aspiration of bouncing back, there should not be any hope or desire to win. It has been something that killed my team for so long as a Giants fan, that we've always thought that we were more ready to compete than we always were.
You got your guy now.
No, I hope so. I hope so. My point, though, is that this lack of understanding of where your franchise actually is at the current moment is what holds back teams. This is going to be a great quarterback draft. And I would argue they should trade up if they're not sitting at first overall. And I would pray that you end up getting the first overall pick, because finding your franchise quarterback is the only way forward.
Yeah. I mean, does Kenny Pickett win more games with the Raiders than Geno does right now?
Are you suggesting
he's their backup?
I actually completely forgot about
there's
that.
There's no like young studly quarterback that you could just say, let it rip, kid. We don't need you to win games. We just want to, if you win a bunch and you become our franchise guy, so be it. If not, whatever. We'll find another guy next. There's no guy. It's Kenny Pickett. That's the next guy that's coming in for the Raiders if Geno continues to stink it up. So they might just keep on losing. And the Raiders, you're looking at a Pro Bowl running back. You're looking at an all-pro tight end. You need a quarterback, and you need more offensive line depth. The wide receiver situation is a bit tragic, but they somehow make it work. They got to get right. I don't know. Maybe you trade Max Crosby in the draft. He's having a good year. He's getting older.
Why would you trade him, though? He's like one of your few good players.
Because he's one of their few good players to actually be able to move up in a good quarterback draft.
I'm not getting rid of a guy that is a franchise cornerstone. Yeah, but why? What?
I don't know who else you'd trade, genuinely, to move up. I guess you just trade
capital.
Picks.
Yeah, trade capital to move up.
But how much you better hit. How much are you sacrificing there?
The simple talking point here is that if they leave the 2026 NFL draft with potentially, there's going to be like 4 good quarterbacks available. If Dante Moore declares, you're still also going to have Lenore Sellers. You're going to have Fernando Mendoza. You're going to have Ty Simpson. There's some pretty solid options there. Do not leave that draft without getting a quarterback in the first round. Otherwise, you're going to be Garrett Nussmeiering your way to.
What's wrong with the Nuss?
That feels like such a Pete Carroll second round pick, and then convincing yourself that he's the future of the team. Or they would be the Drew Aller team to take him in the third round to be the Christian Hackenberg of this franchise of, hey, maybe this guy can do something. And he's going to cut in the preseason in 2 years.
Is Carson Beck going in the first?
I'm worried about the elbow. I mean, he had one ball that was awesome against Florida. Like, it was really good accuracy, but then I kept rewatching it. I was like, oh my God, that's a punt. That thing is like up. It was like the old like 90s sports movie trope where like you look up and the ball's like spinning really slowly. That was what it looked like. So I like Carson Beck.
That's a good comp. I saw
I think it could be like what Mac Jones just was for the 49ers and fill in a little bit for a team.
They might get Mac Jones.
Well, so that was that would be the most Raiders thing possible, is to win a couple of games at the end of the year, to be picking at 6 and then being like, you know what? We're going to go get Mac Jones, and we're going to use that pick to trade back.
He's only worked in Shanahan's offense, but you know what? I bet he'll work for ours. I'll bet we'll be the team that breaks the pattern here.
God.
Oh, my God, the Raiders. They're just – God, and you want the Raiders to be good. The Raiders are one of the cool franchise. They used to be cool before they got to Vegas. I think they're pretty lame now in Vegas, but – still historically one of the cool franchises, crazy ass owner. Best logo, great jerseys, supposed to be tough, supposed to be strong, play with attitude. They've got a franchise cornerstone running back. Like, I've been on the edge waiting for Vegas to become a little bit legitimized, and they keep on dicking around, and they keep on throwing turnovers, and they keep on telling me Geno's good and that he's the best deep ball passer that the NFL's ever seen. I'm sure. Just because he can hit a seam route doesn't mean that he's going to clutch up in the second half and protect the ball. You don't understand quarterbacks. Everybody that showed their ass with Geno Smith dialogue this offseason is completely proven to me they don't know dick about shit.
It's great analysis right there.